Thanks, Worms. Coming up on Nick Jr., we've got Thomas and Friends at 12:45, Budgie the Little Helicopter at 12:55, Maggie and the Ferocious Beast at 1:05, Blue's Clues at 1:30, Franklin at 2 o'clock, Max and Ruby at 2:30, Dora the Explorer at 3 o'clock, Engie Benji at 3:30, Astro Farm at 3:40, Preston Pig at 3:50 and Little Bill at 4 o'clock. But before all of those, it's Postman Pat, next on Nick Jr.
A song about Vimto by Purple Ronnie.
V-I-M-T-O. V-I-M-T-O.
It is very scrubby. It's so fruity. Makes my bum burn. Tastes fantastic. Vimto, the fruitiest word I know.
How long can you wait? Well, this man, who studied waiting in Stuttgart for 7 years, and had to wait for 3 years before he started the course, so he knows waiting. No. I think for this young man, there's... Oh, cooey.
Yes! He's down! He's down! Fat pigeon! Apple!
You know when you've been tangoed.
Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. Early in the morning, just as day is dawning, he picks up all the post bags in his van. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. All the birds are singing, and the day is just beginning. Pat feels he's a really happy man. Everybody knows his bright red van. All his friends will smile as he waves to greet them. Maybe you can never be sure there'll be knock, ring, letters through your door. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. All the birds are singing, and the day is just beginning. Pat feels he's a really happy man. Pat feels he's a really happy man. Pat feels he's a really happy man.
It all started early one morning when Peter Fogg met Mrs. Pottage, wondering what all the fuss was about. Well, what's the mystery?
That you finally made it.
It was the children who got us here.
I'll drink to that.
I'm afraid I forgot to check. Do you think she will mind?
Postman, Postman Pat, can you guess what's in his bag? Is there a letter? Is there a parcel? Is there a postcard? What's left? Just the cat. Postman, Postman Pat, can you guess what's in his bag?
There goes Gordon. And here comes Thomas. Join Thomas and his friends for fun on the railways, next on Nick Jr.
How long can you wait? Well, this man, who studied waiting in Stuttgart for 7 years, and had to wait for 3 years before he started the course, so he knows waiting. No. I think for this young man, there's... Oh, cooey.
Yes! He's down! He's down! Fat pigeon! Apple!
You know when you've been tangoed.
A song about Vimto by Purple Ronnie. It is very scrummy. It's so fruity. Makes my bum burn. Tastes fantastic. Vimto, the fruitiest word I know.
Welcome back to Nick Jr. I'm David.
And I'm Steve.
Starting on Monday, we've got a new friend on Nick Jr. called Peppa Pig.
This show starts on Monday at 12:50 on Nick Jr.
Correct!
Later we've got Blue's Clues, Little Bill, Maggie and the Ferocious Beast, Franklin, Engie Benji, Preston Pig, Astro Farm, Budgie the Little Helicopter, Dora the Explorer, You Do Too, Dream Street, 64 Zoo Lane, Tweenies, Sally Marley, Paddington Bear and Tots TV.
Right now here's Thomas the Tank Engine and friends.
It was a cold winter's morning on the island of Sodor. The
driver says the weather will be warmer tomorrow. You won't need a scarf, Percy. Certainly
Thomas
not,
and Friends is
replied
back
Percy.
tomorrow at the
engines
same
don't
time.
need scarves.
Next on Nick
Engines need
Jr.,
warm
the
boilers.
clumsy antics of
Everyone
Budgie
knows
the
that.
Little Helicopter. Then it's Maggie and the Ferocious Beast. Yeah!
Have you checked Noggin yet?
What's Noggin?
Noggin is the new retro block on Nick Jr. from 8 to 10 p.m. including Thomas and Friends, Astro Farm, Bagpuss, The Clangers, King Rollo, The Wombles, Crystal Tips and Alistair, Paddington Bear and many more.
Noggin sounds so good that I want to watch it every night on Nick Jr.
Watch out for a blue helicopter.
A song about Vimto by Purple Ronnie. It is very scrummy. It's so fruity. Makes my bum burn. Tastes fantastic. Vimto, the fruitiest word I know.
No coins for a call? No problem. Right, 0800 reverse.
Do I need to spell it out? Dial 0800 REVERSE. It's the new way to call reverse charge.
0800 reverse. It's the new way to call reverse charge. RSE.
How long can you wait? Well, this man, who studied waiting in Stuttgart for 7 years. And had to wait for 3 years before he started the course, so he knows waiting. No. I think for this young man, there's... Oh, cooey.
Yes! He's down! He's down! Fat pigeon! Apple!
You know when you've been tangoed.
Maggie and the Ferocious Beast is coming up in 10 minutes. Wait 10 minutes for Maggie and the Ferocious Beast.
If you don't want to watch Budgie the Little Helicopter on Nick Jr., tune into Nicktoons for a double bill of the Fairly Odd Parents.
And Nickelodeon for the beginning of a Sabrina the Teenage Witch marathon, running from 1 to 9 p.m. today.
Now here's that blue helicopter you waited to see.
Budgie.